Okay, so welcome back to the channel. I don't do much beach detecting, but I do believe we can miss modern coinage on the beach. So I've got a selection of items here, beach items. So you've got your tin foil, your ring pulls, which we're not going to be able to get rid of because we'll miss rings. We've got bottle caps, that can be a nightmare. We've got old, new 50p, £2 coin, old and new £1 coin, old and new 10 pence, old and new 2 pence, old and new 20 pence, 3 5p's. We've got the old and new type and the real old ones. We've got the new 1p, the old 1p, and we've got some iron. And that is mostly what we're going to have on the beach. Obviously rings as well. Now you won't miss any rings with this, I'm going to call it the HOOVER program. But you will miss tiny bits of jewellery, earrings as such, but it's a bit of give and take. So you'll get all this plus gold rings. We will discriminate the tin foil, the bottle caps and the iron, but we will be able to pick out all the coins. So it's a coin and ring shooting mode, I suppose. On the beach you might just be after your modern coins. So before I turn it on, we're on the version 1.11. For this video, if you could, I'm not bothered about subscribers. To me, it's an educational channel. So I want my videos to get out to as many people as possible. So putting a thumbs up does that. YouTube algorithm pushes the video with how many likes it gets. So there'll be a few people watching this video. If let's aim for 200 likes, that will level with my most amount of likes on my channel, 200 likes. So I'd be happy with that. If you don't mind, yeah, I'd appreciate it. So let's turn the Legend on, version 1.11. We'll just turn the backlight on here so we can see it. You can have it too bright. I think that's too bright. So leave it at 4. For this HOOVER program to work, you've got to be in all metal. Now I'm on beach wet multi-frequency, so all metal, definitely have to be on all metal. You've got to be able to hear everything. Now with IDing the old coins, you're using a bit of the ferro check, the audio, mostly the audio, and a bit of the ID to be able to hit them lower targets. It will sing up as an iron tone, but there's something that detector is telling us that is majority iron, probably 95%, somewhat high of iron, and then it's got a nickel or copper plated. So the way I've got the IF set up, it will clip, and you'll see that in a minute, whereas pure iron won't clip. That's the way I've got it set up. So that's what we're going to have to listen out for. It's all in the audio. You will be able to tell with the numbers as well, and a bit of the ferro check, because you will get mostly iron, but you will get the 1 digit on the rings. That's if you want to dig those lower grade coins, your 2s, your 1s, your 5s and your 10s. With the 50s, the pounds and the £2, we're not too bad. They're ringing pretty true. So let's crack on. So the way I've got it set up is I've got recovery at 4. You can go lower, but because of the low frequencies that the Legend is running in multi-wet, you are going to get depth anyway. So we'll go into that. IF2, stability 1. That gives the best amount of clipping on these coins, and that's why I've picked it. Bottle caps 4. Just gives enough. Ground suppressor we've got off, but you might have to customise that to the ground. Now it's a 4-tone. Now the first tone, the volume of the iron and the tin foil, anything under 19 is going to come up as an iron tone. Tin foil. Most bits of tin foil We might actually, yeah, most bits of tin foil you won't dig. You will dig the bigger pieces, obviously. We can't go that mad, but I've got 0 to 19 as an iron tone. This is at volume 5, and I haven't had any gold rings under 19. I've had a really small gold kids ring with a slice in it, and that come up 20. So you will miss the small jewellery, but that's a chance you want to take to not dig. Tin foil, 10, 10 and 5 at the end. Anyway, what we really should do here is go to our tone breaks first. So 0 to 18, I'm going to put that up to 19. I'm going to put that up to 19. So 0 to 19 is your first tone break. 20 to 32 is the second tone break of 4. 33 to 55 is the high pitch tone break. Now I've not had anything over 55, so I've made that from 55 to 60. I have made that, if you look at pitches, that's an iron tone 3. That's your first, and then the last one is also iron. So if you get some big aluminium normally rings over 55, so barbecues as such will come up as iron tone. Big piece of aluminium, maybe cans could come up that end. I'm not too sure, I haven't got a can on me, but you can customise that yourself as well. We've got the pitch of 23 and a pitch of 17, so really you've got 2 tones. You've got 2 non-ferrous tones and 2 ferrous tones, buckets, sorry. So first bucket is ferrous, second bucket non-ferrous, third bucket non-ferrous, fourth bucket ferrous. Keeping it quite simple. Volumes, I've got you've got to be able to wear the iron. So volume 5 for your iron buckets, and then volume 10 for your others. It will pop. The beach isn't that full of iron like on say a Roman site, so you want to be able to wear it. It's not going to overpower anything and stuff like that. This is how we're going to find out the trash from the good stuff as well, being able to hear the iron content of an item. That is really it with the setup. Now we'll go through the items. So a little bit of tin foil, ring pull. You're going to dig it. You've got to dig the ring pulls if you want the rings, and there's 2 types there, as you can see. One had a beaver tail on, and one didn't. So the bottle caps, now let's see what that bottle caps is at. I just started this morning, so bottle caps is at 4. We don't want to go too high with it. That's a rusty bottle cap. A newer one, I'm going to have it at 5, but it's up to you. You can move that down. I'd set it at 5. You're not going to miss much. You can mask stuff next to bottle caps, but the chances of a ring or a coin being next to a bottle cap. So let's get onto the coinage. So we'll go through, starting from the top. £2 coin, an old 50p, the new 50p, we're fine with them. The old pound coin, the new pound coin, fine. The old 20p, fine. The new 20p, fine. When you start getting into the lower denominations, this is where you've really got to listen to the target and Got to use the ferrous, the number, because it'll come in low and then it can jump high, really high. The detector is giving you the information to use to get round this of not being able to dig your lower denominations. If you're not bothered about digging, then you can just ignore them, you know, and just go for the 50s, the pounds, the 20s, and the £2, which I would do. But for them that want to be able to dig every UK coin in Great Britain on the beach, these settings will work, but you've got to and really listen. So we'll get onto the 5p's. We've got the old 5p, the new old 5p, then there's a 5p, which is exactly the same as this 5p, looking at it, but this one brings in grey and this one is mostly iron. Now what you've got to do is just say this 5p, if you pump the coil on it, it sounds the same, but with the old 5p, it's giving that low tone. Let's turn that up. You can hear a bit of clipping when it's shallow, but you can hear a tiny little bit of clipping there. You've got to really listen to it, rotate on it, you'll hear a bit of a clip. But if you pump, you hear the clip. That is a good sign that that will be a coin, because pure iron just sounds pure. Even when you bounce it towards a coil. The old 10p, great signal. The new 10p, hear that clip then, and pump. That clip, that's the IF trying to separate between the iron and the ferrous and the non-ferrous in that coin. So we'll get onto the 1p's, the old one, the new one. Now you can actually hear that clipping by just swinging over it, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to use your ears. Now pure iron doesn't clip, but iron with a non-ferrous core, the IF, that's why I set the IF at 2.1, is clipping it. It's all in the audio. Audio wins over anything else. Machine is telling you that there's two metals very close together there with the clipping. Now we're using something that's not really in place of the IF with the clipping to identify the coin. Old 2p. New 2p. Hear that clip? We're using that clip as a tone to ID something. That's pumping the coil above the coin. It's trying, that's what that clicking is, it's trying to distinguish between the ferrous and non-ferrous. That's just a general swing. So if I went over something like that, I'd know that was a ferrous and non-ferrous item, very close to each other. Now there's only a small percentage of non-ferrous on that coin, high percentage, and that is why you're getting that clipping. It's trying to separate it, but it's a hard masking test that. So we are using the clipping noise to ID those lower denomination crappy coins, I call them, where you've got mostly iron core, steel core, and the tiniest percentage of non-ferrous. So yeah, that's the Hoover settings, I'm sure that you'll do a lot better on the beach with them. You'll grab more coinage, the smaller denominations, they all add up, don't they? And you shouldn't dig much tin foil or iron or bottle caps.